for months, we waited, and I even feared what was going on. And then today, this evening, I was outside doing some yard work. I was cleaning out my shed, and I get a text from one of my friends, starting a group, and all he said was Bray. And I had feared for months. It's tough to express, my thoughts about all this, because ever since the shocking death of Brodie Lee back in 2020, which Bray Wyatt did apparently deal with, he took it really hard, apparently. And he did deal with some mental health the summer after Brodie had passed away, which eventually was also leading up to his release from WWE in July of 2021. And for those of you who follow me, months ago on Twitter, and even on Instagram too, I have here and there just tweeted out or just said some message out about Bray Wyatt. And all I kept saying was, I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was, because the first thing I thought of when I saw the text was mental health. Which, as I always say personally, I cannot fully put my feet into the shoes for those who suffer from mental health. Because my opinion is, everyone's scenario is different than the others. But we finally got some answers today. Unfortunately, it's not the way we wanted the answers. Bray Wyatt, real name Windham Rotunda, sadly passed away today, August 24th, 2023, at the age of 36. The first news, I believe, was broken by Triple H, who had tweeted out that WWE Hall of Famer Mike Rotunda, the father of Windham Rotunda, and Bo Dallas, can't remember what his real first name is off the top of my head right now, but tweeted out that Mike Rotunda contacted him to tell him that Bray had passed away. And from waiting and wondering, again, what it all was, we finally got an answer. And keep in mind this, for months now, it was talked about that Bray Wyatt had been left off TV since February due to creative issues. I also heard something about an undisclosed leg injury. And then we hear an undisclosed illness. Again, with the illness part, that's where I started fearing mental health. And again, with the secrecy behind Brodie Lee leading up to his death, Keith Lee, who was out for 7 months, similar to what Bray Wyatt had, which I'll share that in a second, because I saw the tweet from Sean Ross Sapp just about an hour ago. Even like his secrecy, it's like you can't help but have that fear when they have that secrecy, but you don't want to live life in fear. It's just tough, especially people that you really look up to and you're huge fans of, and you enjoy seeing on your televisions weekly. But again, you just don't know, and that's why I feared for Bray for months. And then just a week or so ago, they just revealed that Bray Wyatt had been dealing with a career and life-threatening illness since February, which is what kept him off TV. But he was making a positive recovery, and it was rumored for a possible September return, which I was excited. I couldn't wait for it. And then, unfortunately, today happens. Apparently, what Sean Ross Sapp was reported, that he was given permission to reveal that earlier this year, Windham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, was sick with the virus that kept the world, what it was a couple years ago. And it eventually transitioned into heart issues. And again, he had a lot of progress towards a return, but unfortunately today, he suffered a heart attack and passed away. And that's what happened. And it's sad. He's we have freaking Erick, Rowan, and Braun Strowman, who have now lost two of their really closest friends in real life, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, or Brodie Lee. His wife JoJo, I think they have 2 kids. I can't remember how many kids they have now. I think 1 or 2 at least. Losing their father at the age of 36 is just difficult. Again, Bray Wyatt had one of the most creative minds in the industry. WWE just never fully capitalized on him. It's sad. I mean, yes, he had a couple runs with the world title, but again, they never fully got him into the highest gear possible. I mean, look at the gimmicks he had. That obviously he could have made work. The earliest one, of course, was he was Husky Harris in the New Nexus. That's when he first appeared. Then he reinvented himself as Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt. And then, of course, eventually, whenever that ran its course, he repackaged as the Fiend, which got megastar reactions. And yes, they screwed that one up too. But still, you could not deny there was a freaking megastar in the ring when he was the Fiend. And then when he came back, that legendary pop, legendary return he had at Extreme Rules last fall. The White Rabbit build was just unreal. It was some of the best stuff we've seen on television. And yes, things didn't quite pan out at first. There were some, holes and questionable, things in his storyline that people were a little thrown off by. But, you knew he could be something bigger than what WWE presented him as. And unfortunately, again, he didn't get to capitalize on that. But he still has some very excellent matches that I'll always remember. Such as Royal Rumble 2014, feud with Daniel Bryan, the opening match they had for that show, which I was there in attendance live. Phenomenal match. His match when the Wyatt family took on the Shield at Elimination Chamber 2014. Unreal match. Unbelievable. And that was again, I'd only been watching wrestling for not even a year yet. I think barely over 6 months. And instantly that was a dream match for me. The Shield versus the Wyatts. Awesome stuff. What else? Oh yeah, even though he lost, his WrestleMania 30 match with John Cena was awesome. I still, like a lot of people, believe Bray should have won that match. But despite the finish, he had an unreal performance in that match. In 2015, when he feuded with Roman Reigns, they had excellent matches, excellent chemistry off the charts. Hell in a Cell in 2015, their match they had was awesome. Again, yes, he lost. Another memory that stands to me about Bray was in 2015 in his build to his match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 31. I was also in attendance the night where they had that segment where Bray was demanding an answer from Taker, and there was that lightning strike into the center of the ring, and his answer appeared on the Tron. I was there for that. That was a very cool segment to see in person. And even others after that too. But like I said, the guy did great things. Again, it's just a shame that he was never given the chance to completely just let his creativity do its job. And again, he could have been something even bigger than what he already was. Again, I just still am stunned. Again, just continue to pray for the Rotunda family. Definitely, of course, give them their privacy as well to grieve during this time. And us wrestling fans as well will deal with, we'll definitely, this one will hurt. It definitely hurts me. And sadly, the shirt I'm wearing now is the only Bray Wyatt shirt I have. This striped shirt with all of the Fiend faces on is the only Fiend shirt I have. And I also got this little action figure of his when he was the burnt up Fiend leading up to his WrestleMania 37 match, which unfortunately was not one of the best matches we've ever seen. But that was his last ever WrestleMania match. If he would have been healthy, he would have been wrestling Bobby Lashley this year at WrestleMania. But it's a sad day for us wrestling fans. But the best thing we can always do, of course, is just remember the legacy he left in the ring. The promos he cut, especially his return promo last fall, really hits at heart now with how, well done it was and where we are today. Again, as Keith Hernandez said in 2016 when Jose Fernandez passed away, don't ever forget to kiss your loved ones, call your loved ones, because life could be cut off. And it's true. Again, you don't want to live life in fear. You want to live life the fullest, but again, you just never know. You just never know when it's going to be your time. And to close, well, first off, if you're watching this video, please leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Make sure, of course, to also leave some of your favorite memories of Bray Wyatt, whether it was as the Fiend, Eater of Worlds, his return, his last run he had with his feud with LA Knight. Leave your thoughts. What were some of your favorite moments in Bray Wyatt's career? What will you remember Bray Wyatt most for? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Also, #ThankYouBray. And again, please continue to keep your thoughts and prayers for the Rotunda family, for the WWE and the wrestling universe. And again, to close, just a couple things. Always remember to follow the Buzzards. Remember that, Bray, we're really glad that you are a friend and you left a legacy that'll never, ever end. His name was Bray Wyatt, formerly, I can't keep saying formerly. His name was Windham Rotunda, best known as Bray Wyatt. And he has taken his rightful place in heaven with his good friend Brodie Lee, as Bray Wyatt passed away today at the age of 36.